Mic check 1 2. Mic check. Mic check 1. Okay, we're good. Yo, what is up, guys? Happy Monday. Hope you're all doing well. Taking your questions. What does that sound? Taking your questions, 843-790-3377. Let's see. Go Bravos. Yeah, we got the Braves cap on. Again, taking your questions, comments, everything else. Taking your questions and comments. Sorry, guys, just posting something real quick. Actually posting our first ever Patreon post. First ever Patreon post. All right, what's up, guys? Candy Vandy week. What's up, SEC football too? What's up, man? Just finished up actually recording tomorrow's show with Alex McGrath, so very excited about that. Fire Muschamp, that seems to be the consensus feeling right now amongst the fan base, which I can't obviously blame you. You guys know my thought and my opinion. You know, it's crazy. And I was recording the show that came out today. God, just talking about Muschamp nonstop. It's so exhausting. I mean, it's so exhausting because you almost feel so helpless. You know, like what are we going to do? I mean, realistically, what are we going to do? So, you know, let's see here. If you guys have any questions as well about the brand new Patreon page, would love to answer those. Like I said, just dropped first piece of Patreon content basically ever on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The interview Mike Davis, former game running back, 2005, 2008 Mike Davis, by the way. The OG Mike Davis, not Carolina Panthers Mike Davis. So drop that interview. If you guys want to check it out, it's on Patreon. The Spurs Up Show on Patreon. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Go check it out there. You can check out the tiers. Again, I talked about on the podcast today. If you guys have any questions, whatever. Will Collins, what's up, man? SEC Football Tube game show tonight. Attaboy. Let's get after it. Will Collins, Will Muschamp milk 7 minutes off the lose. Would like to do a podcast with the Gamecock Fan Life YouTube channel. So let's get it going. Travis Young, how come Muschamp said we would see Doty and I don't recall seeing him? Joyner didn't get one target. Again, those are questions. Those are questions I don't have answers to. I wish I did. Why did we not see Doty? Why did we not see Joyner? And it's not even a thing for me where like, it's not even a thing for me where like I'm dying to see Doty on the field because I think he's going to tear it up this year. But it's like if you say he's going to get out there, get him out there. You know what I mean? If you say he's going to get out there, get him out there. I know I said call in. I've got to take it off of the do not disturb real quick. Sorry, guys. I'm doing like 100 things at once here. Let's see. Will Collins not discussing injuries. We need to GoFundMe to fire Muschamp. Yeah, I mean, in his defense, a lot of other coaches are doing that, but yeah, it's just a shitty look. You're not. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. You don't want to discuss. It's going to make it even more of a roller coaster as we go game day to game day and wondering what the hell are we what the hell are we doing as far as injuries are concerned? So let's see. We need to tackle and try to manage the clock. How we burn 6-7 minutes the fourth quarter was ridiculous. Yeah, it's mind blowing. It's baffling. There's really no other way to put it. Tyler Noel had the worst time clock management I've ever seen. Champs got to go. Feel so bad for these kids. They have the talent to be good. Coach is awful. T-Rob's got to go too. Yeah, again, just a level of it's a level of incompetency. I can't believe we're seeing, to be honest with you. Let's see. Jaden Harris, Shi Smith is killing it with the most receptions in the SEC. Teams won't stop covering him one-on-one, but they're going to learn eventually. Yeah, I honestly crazy that Florida allowed us to just force it to Shi all game. But like I said, they're going to give it to you. We'll take it. We'll take it for sure. WB Prop and saying Doty will play and not putting him out there for any length of time can really hurt recruiting because you lose being able to tell kids they will play early. Yeah, I guess maybe. I mean, he's also playing a different position than he was recruited for. So, I don't know if it'll kill you, but, it's not a good look. Barwick says Vandy plus 11. Vandy plus 11, he says. I don't know. My pick will come out later this week. All I'll say is this. I am picking South Carolina to win the football game. I'm not going to be picking Vandy to win this football game. South Carolina should win. They're more talented. I hate to spoil my pick like that, but I don't think that's going to be a surprise. I'm picking South Carolina to win. Brian Deal, what do you think of Josh Heupel from UCF? Think Castleton was there when he was hired. I'll take Heupel. I'll take Heupel for sure. Will Collins, I just want to see us get a coach that knows what clock management is. Philip Carter Harris, I mentioned Les Miles a couple of times as a possible replacement for Muschamp, but he has only won like 2 games at Kansas so far. Not that promising. Kansas sucks. So, yeah. SEC football, too. Good news is we have a good run game. And when you say that, definitely one of the positives from the game over the weekend. Kevin Harris, he's certainly RB1. Do I think he's Marshawn Lloyd? Probably not, but he is a damn serviceable option. I think he needs to I think against Vandy, he needs to touch the ball 25 or 30 times. I mean, honestly. He needs to touch the football a lot. He needs to touch the football a lot. So, all right. Sorry, guys. Let's see. DJ Papa's opinions on Hill through 2 games. I'm honestly very pleased with what we've seen from Colin Hill. I'm actually kind of pleasantly surprised. Like I don't think I expect him to play quite this well. I think Colin Hill's doing enough for you to win football games. So honestly, I mean, he's giving you exactly what you expected. He's a veteran. He's calm, cool, collected. He's not perfect, but he's got a good arm. He's not putting the ball in harm's way. He's not a guy that's going to go out there and throw the game away and lose it for you. He's also not a guy necessarily going to go out there and win it for you either. But he's giving you exactly what you asked for out of him. SEC football, too, I'm not going to underestimate Vandy in this game, but they are the team that no matter how bad we've been able to beat 11 years and counting. I got SC winning by 17. I honestly, I'd take a 17-point win. Let's see. Ronnie Dye, where is Joyner, especially with all of the drops? I saw him out there a few times. I mean, he's certainly been out there, but, I mean, guys, I know we all like our guys. We like Dak Joyner's not a wide receiver, bro. Dak Joyner's a quarterback. Like, Dak Joyner's a quarterback. When Dak Joyner's your number 3 wide receiver, that tells you a lot. That's all I'm going to say. That tells you a lot. So, I mean, am I surprised they haven't gotten the ball to Dak Joyner like a little screen? I'd rather see Dak Joyner in the Wildcat. Forget throwing. Put him in the Wildcat. Why not? Mix it up. Why not? Yeah. Dakota Lee center fight. Joe Brady needs to be the number one to receive a phone call from us when we first fire Muschamp. Yeah, Joe Brady for sure would love that. Would love that. Lance Player, Birch, and Tonka need to play. I agree. Both of them do. Get the young guys in there defensively. Jaden Harris, McCormick got his first interception. It was a good one. Yeah, it was a great play. One-handed pick. It seems like all of his picks are highlight plays for some reason. So, no, definitely a great play. Let's see. Ronnie Ferguson, why can't we recruit better tight ends? I think we've got some talented tight ends on the roster, but and I mean I don't dislike Nick Muse out there, but it's just I don't know. He's having problems catching the football. So Savannah Webster, do you think receivers had that bad of butterfingers, or was Hill throwing too hard or something? No, I just think they didn't catch the football. I mean, no. That was not on Hill. Receivers just did not catch the ball, period. Ryan Clark, how is it year 5 and we just don't improve? Same old stuff. Tough being a Gamecock, getting excited these days. Yeah. I think player development has certainly been an issue. Development as a whole has been an issue. So I don't know. Appreciate you guys tuning in, by the way. Check out the podcast drop today, episode 289, obviously breaking down the Florida game, my thoughts and everything. Also, if you did listen to the show, you already heard me say this once, so I'll keep it very brief. And I haven't even posted a post about it yet, really. But brand new Patreon page is launched. A new initiative I'm trying out for the business. I think it's a good move business-wise, going to help elevate the business. Give you guys the opportunity to get some VIP content, me provide even more value as far as written content, exclusive like Zoom Q&A type stuff. Obviously, as you've probably already noticed, the guest interviews are now going to be on Patreon. So be sure to check it out. I'll post all the links and all that stuff. And if you guys have any questions, feedback, whatever, I'd love to hear that as well, because this is a new initiative for me. Trial and error. I'm going to see how it goes. If it's a huge failure, we'll scrap it. If it's not, if you guys see value in it, obviously we'll keep it going. But something new I'm trying. So just wanted to throw that out there. Let's see. Anthony Dillard, why can't we tackle? This has been an annual problem. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how you get to this level and can't tackle. So Will 726 3694. Do you think Rico and Birch have good showings as freshmen? Do you think they could get more game time? Yes, I do. I think Birch needs to play more. Rico Powers, I don't know. He hasn't really done hardly anything, but Birch needs to play more. Yeah, for sure. Justin Bell, is it wrong of me that for the past 4 years I've supported Muschamp and trust his process, and this year I've just lost all hope? We have talent, great talent. I don't think it's wrong of you at all. I don't think it's wrong of you at all. I mean, I think fans obviously want to buy in. They want to believe their guy is the guy, but at some point you just got to face the music. You got to face the music, you know what I mean? And Muschamp's just not the guy. He's just not the guy. Period, point blank. Evan Slane, Muse is getting screwed at times because he is getting screened out by refs in the middle of the field. I've seen it happen at least 2 or 3 times in the last 2 games. You might be right. Find a way, though. Find a way. Rhodes Campbell, do you think we should make any changes in the secondary? Obviously, what we're doing now doesn't seem to be working. Put John Dixon at corner. Slide back Izzy to safety. Get Roderick out of there. I don't want to see 10 back on the field again. Muschamp and T-Rob know more than I, though. They should be the one. They should be able to make these decisions for sure. Let's see. Hunter Young, Muschamp goes. Who's the viable candidates to replace him? Joe Brady, Heupel, Billy Napier. I'd love Matt Campbell. Yeah, so be a young offensive-minded guy. I've said that from the beginning. Young offensive-minded guy. Hunter Brown, what was the ball down at the 3-yard line about during the kickoff? Well, Shi Smith needed at the 3. So, SEC football 2, receivers need to catch more. Secondary has to tackle better this week. And I don't care how bad Vandy is, still applies to them. Can't have success if we don't get something going. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to turn around this season, you got to find some positives. You got to build something off of Vanderbilt. You got to beat Vanderbilt. You got to do it. You got to do it convincingly. I mean, if you go out there and beat Vandy by a field goal or even by like a late touchdown, how good are you really going to feel after this one? So, Connor Shaw is the head coach. God, wouldn't that be something? Hey, I wouldn't hate it. Why not? Why not? Let's see. USC Insider, I hate this. I knew we would do this crap. I'm not happy for football no more, not even next year. W.D. Prothin, we were talking about replacing Muschamp, but who would replace Tanner if he goes as well? I don't have a short list of ADs, so I don't know. Just find somebody who's a ball buster who can deal with the NCAA, a businessman, a fundraiser. Those are important too. Those are things we've not focused on that we need to focus on. So look at that. Let's see. Savannah Webster, on a positive note, we ran well against a solid defense in UF, and if we keep it up, we can win a few this year. Yeah, like I said, I'm excited for Kevin Harris. I'm really, really excited for Kevin Harris. Keep feeding him the ball. Feed him the rock. He's a guy I want to see touch it 25, 30 times against Vandy, like I said. Let's see. Anthony Diller, poor tackling, can't catch a pass, and too many penalties. We are not a disciplined team. I agree with you. We make too many dumb mistakes. We make too many stupid mistakes to win a football game of that caliber. Talked about on the podcast, came out today. We just make too many dumb mistakes. Let's see. Ronnie Dye, hearing talk with budget deficit. Muschamp gets a pass this year out of financial necessity. You agree? We'll see. Here's the thing. It's easy to say that in the offseason, but you go 2-8, you go 1-9. It's going to be tough. Tough. Very tough to justify that. Let's see. Lance player Kevin is balling. Yeah, had a fantastic game against Florida for sure. Jaden Harris, we gave Florida too many opportunities. I mean, did we? Did we, though? We won the turnover margin, took advantage of both. We took advantage of both turnovers. We had one fumble. Okay. Bad play. I get that. But we won the time of possession 36-23. I mean, take advantage of what we needed to do. Ryan Clark, I don't even know how we fix this on the defensive side of the ball. Thoughts? We aren't disciplined as a team. Yeah, honestly, man, I don't know either. If Will Muschamp don't know how to fix it, how am I supposed to know what to do to fix it? I mean, honestly. Learn to tackle, play more discipline. I mean, all you can do is shuffle some guys around. Get the young guys out there more. Birch and Pickens. If you're going to lose with your talent. Lose with your best guys. So, yeah, Savannah Webster, I think we're losing like $50 million. That's not official, but I think that's what was estimated. Evan Slane, overall, have you liked the changes from McClendon to Bobo? And if so, what have you liked the most? I like them so far. I mean, it feels like the offense has a little bit more of a what's the word I'm looking for? There's a little bit more rhythm to the offense. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe there's a little more identity too. And I like having Colin Hill back there. So yeah, overall, I'm a fan. Again, I don't have a ton of gripes about the offense through 2 weeks. I really don't. I don't have a ton of gripes. Brian D. Keeping Muschamp another year will kill recruiting since most will see him as a lame duck. I mean, you're not totally wrong. It's just going to make it that much harder on the recruiting trail. I agree with you. Rhodes Campbell, how much of a problem do you think our punting is? Seems like we're always losing the field position battle. Yeah, the punting has not been great. Punting, and I've been surprised at that because I honestly believed Kai Kroger, would fill in well, and it just has not been good. The special teams as a whole has been dog shit, to be honest with you. So I don't know. I don't really know what the answer is, man. Let's see. Jaden Harris, can't wait to watch Georgia defense versus Florida offense. Yeah, it's going to be a really good matchup. One of the best matchups of the year for sure. Georgia's defense is disgusting. Robert Hazel, I think Bobo's exceeded my expectations, but this defense kills me. I mean, it's like I said before the season. It'd be a bigger indictment on Will Muschamp if the defense was an issue, and sure enough, it is. So, whoa. Trying out some stuff here. What is going on? Let's see. Mm-hmm. Oh, gotcha. Okay, never mind. Okay. Let's see. Offense is flow now. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, offense definitely has a flow now. Shamir Lipscomb, still feels like there's a big gap of talent between us and the top teams in the division. I don't think that's unrealistic to say. I think there still is a gap for sure. Rob Sims sure do miss Kyle Markway at this point. Me too. Quentin Cade, I'm a Gamecock fan until the end. What are your thoughts about Brent Venables becoming our head coach? Bobby Bentley would be a great choice as well. I think there's no way, number one, Venables is leaving Clemson, and number two, he would come to South Carolina. Bobby Bentley, I'd rather go outside of Muschamp staff. I don't want to hire somebody within Muschamp staff. I got no interest in that. Absolutely no interest in that. So let's see here. Cody Gaskins, what do you think about Mike Bobo being a head coaching candidate if Muschamp is let go again? I'd rather go outside of the staff as a whole. Bobo's done a fine job, and I mean, hell, I'd feel better about Bobo being the head coach than Muschamp, but I'd rather go outside of the staff, to be totally honest with you, man. Evan Slane, is it time for a new D coordinator? It's time for a new head football coach. Colin McMahon, 241. Chances we hit the over against Vandy. What is it at? 48.5? I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Vandy defensively looked solid week one. That's a tough one. I don't know that I'd touch the over-under, to be honest with you. SEC football, too. I think our offense is better this year than last year. Still need to find more receivers to step up and make big plays, though. Yeah, again, it's a week-by-week thing. You got to find somebody else. You got to find somebody else to make plays. You can't just rely on Shi Smith this entire season. Jaden Harris, bright spot on special teams has been Parker White. Yeah, Parker's been fantastic. Parker's been absolutely fantastic. Ryan Clark, Bobo and the offense are giving us a chance at the end of the day. No complaints here. It falls on not being able to stop the opposing team. 110% agree with you. Carl Hudson, do you think Stockton still comes if Muschamp and Bobo are gone? I think certainly there's an opportunity we could still get him, but you don't keep a bad head coach for one recruit. You don't. Because guess what? If you keep Muschamp and you keep losing, Stockton ain't going to want to come here either way. So, no. Yeah, I think we still have a chance. He's obviously got a very good relationship with the Shaw family. I think certainly we could still get him. Savannah Webster, who's the wide receiver coach? They need to be held responsible. The drops have been an issue for years. That would be Joe Cox, former Georgia quarterback. Joe Cox is your receivers coach. Jonathan Moffrey, we should take a shot at the Dutch Fork coach. That would be a very interesting hire. Tom Knotts. That'd be very interesting. Brian Deal, Deuce Staley is head coach. Just throwing out names at this point. I think the reason he wouldn't get a look is because it's like you need a degree, I think, to be the head football coach or something. Like really strange. I don't totally understand it, but I think that's apparently a thing. Let's see. Carolina Titan, we need to look at coaches at the FCS level like Brian Bohannon at Kennesaw State University. Dude just took that program from mediocre to legit. Guys, 48-15 in 5 years, unlike Muschamp. Rhodes Campbell, defensive player that surprised you so far, good or bad? Honestly, you may not like to hear this. I've been surprised how bad Jamie Robinson's been. I don't think he's been great. I expected more from Jamie, I guess. I had crazy high expectations for him. I I haven't been necessarily surprised, but I've been been pleased with Pickens and Birch. I guess I've been a little surprised with Birch how much he's played. So I'm happy with him. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. The rest of it's just kind of blah, to be honest with you. Ronnie Dye, injuries killed us last year after 2 games. How do you feel about this new strength coach? He's fine. I mean, I think we're not seeing those massive, widespread team injuries. I mean, as far as I can tell, I think we're good. So, Jonathan Lee, who's some new coaches to consider? Your picks: Joe Brady from the Panthers. Hell, I'd say Les Miles from Kansas. Billy Napier, Louisiana. Josh Heupel, UCF. Again, I just want a young offensive-minded coach, forward-thinking coach. You win with offense in college football these days. You win big. You got to be elite on offense. Find an offensive guy. Savannah Webster, I've heard Skip Holtz. How about either one of the Stoops? Again, I at this point, guys, I'm so open to just anybody. I mean, just anybody outside of Muschamp. Anybody who knows what clock management is and is willing to run a forward-thinking spread offense, I'm game. So, Will Hall, do you think we will ever set up for a kickoff return? Very frustrating to watch side to side before the kick. They will fair catch it. I don't know. I don't know why they're doing that. Jill Petty White, do you think Ryan would do better at quarterback? Why not give him a try? Honestly, no. I don't think Ryan would be doing any better than Colin Hill. I really don't. And I've said this before. I'll say it again. Unless Colin Hill gets hurt or he starts playing horribly, you will not see Ryan Hilinski touch the field this season. So I got no issues with the way Collins played through 2 games. I'd love Joe Brady to be our coach. Him or Matt Campbell from Iowa State. Those are the 2. Those would be my top 2 picks. If I could have whoever I wanted to be those 2 guys. I love the Matt Campbell side of things because he's taken Iowa State talent and beaten teams like Oklahoma and pulled these big upsets. So that shows me he can develop players. He can develop talent. He can make guys play above their skill level. I'd love to see that at Carolina. That's honestly the kind of guy you need at South Carolina. So I'm just throwing Les Miles out there as a name. I mean, listen, I know he's an older guy, but he's won a national title. It would bring some excitement to the program. I mean, it's not my first choice, but I've just heard a lot of people throw that name around. So it's like, hey, why not? Yeah, Ben Strickland talking about the Kadarius Toney touchdown. Not surprising. It did remind me a lot of the Hunter Renfrow touchdown. I think I cited that. The second it happened. It reminded me of it, to be honest with you. Yeah, SEC football too. I'll take anybody who can win football games. I agree. Savannah Webster, have y'all seen that Twitter thread about quarterback not being a winner, but he doesn't play risky enough to not lose? I mean, listen, again, Colin's a guy, he's not going to throw you out of the game, but he's also not going to, carry you and throw for 400 yards and win you the game. But I don't need a guy. I don't, he doesn't have to be a guy that's going to throw for 400 and win me the game. Just do enough to get the job done. And I think he's done enough, to be honest with you. Steakhouse. Who's your favorite IndyCar driver, bro? I have no. I don't even know if I've ever. I don't know if I've ever watched an IndyCar race. Elizabeth Ballard, did you find those Muschamp shirts? I was actually unable to make it down there on Friday, so I'll have to go this week. I was unable to find them. Lose to Vanderbilt, though. I'm going to have my own Muschamp shirt. It's going to say Fire Muschamp on it. Don't tempt me. Let's see. Travis Rowell, Hill isn't the issue at all. Defense, hard defense has fallen off. We used to play some. Heck, college football's a whole gone away. Yeah, I mean, I miss having an elite defense for sure. Will Collins, Iowa State coach, would be great. Yeah, I love Matt Campbell, like I said. Rhodes Campbell, chances Miami keeps it close this weekend. Honestly, probably not very high. I hate to say that. I'd love to see, I'd love to see. I'd love to see Love to see Miami keep it close, but, you know. Let's see. Travis Honeycutt, do you think we'll make it to a bowl game this year? Ain't looking good. Well, here's the thing. I don't even know how many wins you have to get in a bowl game. So I got no clue, man. Jeff Huffman, Matt Campbell, great, but he could get better offers than us. He maybe could. Give him a blank check. Let him sign it. Let's go. Ronnie Dye, still think we have at least one upset this year. Who you got? If I had to pick one, man. Auburn at home. Auburn at home. They're looking kind of rough right now, but I still am not. I'm not going to be picking it. I'll tell you that much. Because that's literally the game after Vandy. Tanner Poor, if we fire Muschamp, I hope there's some way we keep Bobo. See, here's the thing. I think if you fire Muschamp, they're going to clean house. You're not going to have any carryovers from the Muschamp staff. Rooster Cogburn, how come it takes us like a decade to rebuild, but there is 5 teams in top 25 where their coach has been there 5 years or less? Honestly, I think you bring a new coach in, South Carolina is good as soon as next year. Like, I not good in the sense of winning the SEC East, but like a respectable 7 or 8 win team. Like, I truly do believe that. I think there's enough talent in this roster to win games and compete. Savannah Webster, do you think we wait until the end of year to hire, or did we learn our lesson losing out on Kirby for not hiring midseason? That's a great question. I mean, listen, God forbid, if you lose to Vandy, he shouldn't get back on the plane to Columbia. So he shouldn't. So we'll see, but yeah, Bobo's definitely been a bright spot. I agree with you guys. You know what's so funny? I said to call in and I freaking forgot to take the. All right, now you guys can call and you want 843-790-3377.
Yeah, fuck Will Muschamp, dude. Honestly, fucking piece of shit.
Oh, gotta love it. Everybody's in a peachy mood on a Monday. Will Muschamp's got us all in a peachy mood on a Monday. Let's see. Pull a Lane Kiffin. Will Hall, what are your feelings on basketball? Lots of returners and talent with a crucial year for Frank. Yeah, so John Rothstein just came out with his SEC power rankings for this season. He's got South Carolina 5th, which for Carolina basketball, that's pretty damn solid, if I do say so myself. How about us getting some NFL football tonight at 7 o'clock, huh? And then Falcons Packers at 8:50. How about that? Let's see. Andrew Vincent, thoughts on Rhett Lashley? Yeah, okay. I'm not totally opposed to it. Tanner Poor, since players get their year back of eligibility, could Colin Hill get his year back even though he is a graduate senior? Yeah, Colin Hill could 110% be back next year. No question. Hunter Brown, hate to say it, but I think Ole Miss will beat us this year. Their offense will definitely outscore ours. I mean, yeah, dude, they're looking good already. 2 weeks into the Lane Kiffin era, and that offense is already clicking. So it's at their place too. That's going to be a challenge. That is going to be a challenge for sure. That's going to be a real challenge. So, like I said, guys, appreciate you all tuning in here on a Monday, 843-790-3377. If you do want to call in, I finally just took the number off of Do Not Disturb, so I apologize about that. Episode 289 of the podcast dropped this morning. Be sure to check that out. Also, brand new Patreon page just launched. The interview with Mike Davis. That's where all the interviews will be from now on. Interview with Mike Davis dropped on there. I just posted to all the social media outlets. Go to Patreon, look up the Spurs Up Show, or just click the link. You're going to see it there. Good stuff. So Speaking of that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Kyle says Falcons just going to let me down like Carolina does, hoping for a win tonight. Yeah. I think like the worst thing that could happen for the Falcons is they get a lead. That's like the worst thing that could happen to Atlanta. They don't like playing with a lead. Evan Slane, any thoughts on the Braves and Marlins series? I think the Braves got a good shot at it. Dakota Lee Center fight. Have you worked on the iOS 14 Carolina theme this weekend? So yeah, I talked about that. I looked into it. I'm still kind of looking into it. The only thing I could really do is, I guess, make custom icons. But outside of that, like, I don't know that I can make a full ass theme. So I'm still kind of looking into it. I'll let you guys know. Tanner Poor, we need to find someone else to pass to besides Shy. Need other guys to step up. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I agree. Obviously, that's the huge storyline. Who else can catch the football other than Shy Smith? So, Colin McMahon, 241. Thoughts on if Brandon Fields will have an immediate impact on Carolina baseball? Yes, I think so. I think he's actually going to be in the starting outfield. So, I think he will certainly have an impact. Adam Ritter says, "Where's Doty?" Honestly, man, I have no clue. I mean, you said he was going to get out there against Florida. He doesn't. At this point, I'm not really holding my breath. I have no clue what Muschamp's thinking with Luke Doty. I don't know. I mean, whatever. It is what it is, I guess. Let's see. Shamir Lipscomb, White deserves Fenwick touches. Are you saying they both deserve touches? Because I'd say they both deserve touches. Jeff Cannon, is there any word circulating in Columbia about a head football coaching change? I wouldn't say anything solid. Nothing serious, nothing solid right now, but obviously that can change. Obviously that can change. All right, sorry about that. Let's see. Taking questions, comments, guys. If you guys do want to call in, 843-790-3377. Obviously, it's kind of a reaction Monday talking the Florida game. Rhodes Campbell, World Series champion prediction. Yankees, Dodgers, unfortunately, just feels right. Dodgers taking the whole thing. Elizabeth Ballard, we lose Saturday and chance of Fire Muschamp will ring out. If we lose Saturday, you will see a post-game rant similar to the rant that I had after UNC last year. There's no question. Carolina Titan, after 2 weeks, both Harris and Shire in the top 5 of the SEC. It's surprising that Shire was able to perform the way he did after the UT game with no help. Yeah, dude, I was shocked Florida just allowed us to get it to him. I really thought they would double him up. That surprised me. That really did surprise me. Let's see. Tim Woodward. Has Muschamp answered any questions on why Doty didn't play? Just said they didn't see an opportunity to get him out there. So, I mean, not a great answer, but I guess he has answered. So, Travis Rowell, Doty should be on the field if he's that good, period. Clowney was on the field as a freshman. Another one, Gilmore. Both were freshmen that made an impact when they were at USC. So frustrating. I mean, the only thing I'd say to that is Luke Doty is a quarterback trying to play wide receiver. I mean, Clowney and Gilmore were both defensive guys playing their positions. So it's a little different, but I certainly do want to see Doty. If he's that good of an athlete, I want to see him on the field. Colin McMahon 241, will you be attending any games this season? I'm going to try to get to one. We're doing watch parties basically for every game, which reminds me, watch party at overtime Saturday again for the Vanderbilt game. Going to be exact same setup basically as last weekend. Doors open at 11, live pregame show from 11 to 11:30, post-game show immediately following with the watch party there, kickoff at noon. Going to be doing that again, so check that out. Going to post that graphic probably a little bit later today. But yeah, really excited about that. Which reminds me, I need to do something really quickly. Jonathan Vang, who will the next head coach be? Those are questions I simply do not have the answer to, my friend. Questions I do not have the answer to. Let's see. Drew Sims, special teams play is awful. Why in the world are we fair catching kickoffs and no return? The biggest problem I saw again week 1 is who in the hell is teaching these kids to field a punt inside the 5? Heels on the 10 and let it go is what we were taught. 90% of the time the ball will go in the end zone. Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm honestly very, very, very surprised how bad special teams has been. I'm very surprised how bad special teams has been, for sure. Savannah Webster, what next DC would you want? Tough to say. I mean, there's a lot of candidates. Just, again, I'm more worried about the head coach. Get an offensive guy, offensive-minded guy. Let him pick his DC, whatever. But you got to have an offensive head coach. You got to be able to score points in 2020 to win games. Tyler Noel, my choice is Matt Campbell, Iowa State head coach. Yeah, I'd love Matt Campbell. I don't know if we can afford him or if we can get him. But I'd love Matt Campbell, no question. Let's see. Kane Moore, do you legitimately think Will Muschamp could get let go this year? Yeah, you go 0-10, he's gone. Yeah, for sure. I think it could happen. I really do. I know there's the economic stuff and the school losing money, but if it gets bad enough, yeah. Travis Rowell, good point. Just need some dudes that are athletes on the field. Yeah, get all the athletes you can. I mean, Doty, Joyner, whatever. Get all the athletes on the field that you can. Alex Amaya, are you truly surprised by special teams? That entire part of the game is about discipline, and our head coach seems to know nothing about teaching discipline. Yeah, I mean, I am a little bit. I'm surprised how bad the punting has been, if nothing else. I'm a little surprised. Savannah Webster, is it possible we could have an intermediate for a year for the financial reason? Are you talking an interim head coach, or what do you mean? Yeah, I mean, we could. I think certainly if he gets fired middle of the year, you're done. You're going to have an interim, no question. I think it'll be Bobo. I think Bobo would be the interim head coach. So again, taking your questions. Got about 15 minutes left. 843-790-3377, or you can comment here. Obviously, the Daily Crow here on a Monday. Talking Will Muschamp, talking about this Gamecocks football team. I said it a little bit earlier, but the show that came out today, it's so exhausting talking Muschamp. It's just exhausting talking Will Muschamp. I've been saying it for over a year now. It's just tough. Really, really tough. Really, really tough. Joe Anders, Bobo would walk off. They fire Muschamp. Then fine. I wouldn't give a shit. And go ahead, walk. Season's a loss anyways. Why would I care if Bobo walks and he's pissed off? Who gives a damn? Brian Deal, I think there are a limited number of Power 5 openings this year. We have to move on to increase our chance of getting who we want versus who we settle for. Don't disagree. I do not disagree with that at all. Joe Anders, Bobby Bentley would be your interim. That's fine. That'll work. That's fine. I really don't give a damn who the interim is, to be honest with you. Yeah. Kane Moore says, I'm literally about to go to Korea this coming month. Been a fan since I was a kid. Just don't know if it's even worth the extra money to watch them overseas at this point. Well, first off, appreciate your service. I don't know, man. I can't tell you. I mean, I know it's frustrating. I know it's tough. It's frustrating, everything. Robert Blackwell, why after the turnover start throwing the ball and we had no success throwing? Bobo's fault, question mark. I don't know. I think now that you got to stick to the running game. I mean, Kevin Harris, what he's giving you, Fenwick even looked pretty decent. Stick to the running game. Stick to the running game. Why go away from it? Especially when your receivers are no better than they are. Stick to it. Robert Blackwell, Muschamp still got his hand in the offense. I don't know. Again, what's crazy about this season so far is I haven't been that upset with the offense. Joe Anders, how is the season a loss? I'm saying if you get to the point where you're firing Muschamp, the season's a wash anyways. I mean, you're not going to win the SEC. You're not going to win the East. What's going to come out of it? I mean, we're just trying to get to the end of the season so we can get a new head coach. That's really the entire point of it. So, again, taking your questions, comments, if you guys do want to call in, 843-790-3377. Like I said, check out the podcast. It dropped today, episode 289, breaking down the game, and also the interview with Mike Davis on Patreon. Be sure to check that out, the Spurs Up Show Patreon. Be sure to check it out. Let's see. Tanner Poor, I like the offense. It's the best we had in a while, which is saying a lot. But, I mean, again, I've really had no problems with the offense. I've really had no problems with the offense. No, I'm not saying I'm not saying the season is lost already. I'm saying they were saying fire Muschamp. If Muschamp took over, who is the interim? Bobo wouldn't want it. I said I don't really care who wants it. If it gets to that point, the season's a loss anyways. So it's not lost already. No, you can still turn this around. I mean, I'd like to think you could still turn it around. I'd like to think my prediction of 3-7 feels pretty safe right now. I mean, I'd like to think you could turn it around. I'm hopeful. I mean, I don't think it'll happen, but as a fan, I'm hopeful, and I pray it does happen, but we'll see. Yeah, Tanner Poor, first time we've been 0-2 since 1999. That's a crazy stat. That is a crazy, crazy stat when you think about it. Also, have lost 5 in a row. So, yep, also lost 5 in a row. Yep, 1-7 in the last 8. That is a fact. 5-15 in the last 20. That is a fact. So it's not good. Not good at all. Been losing a lot. Michael Sawyer says, beg Urban Meyer to come out of retirement. Hey, give him a blank check and say, come coach our football team. Why not? We would never make that hire. USC would never make that hire. Drew Reese, if this ends up being Muschamp's last year, I honestly think we go after a guy like Lincoln Riley. We need something young and full of energy. I don't think Lincoln would leave Oklahoma. I don't see it. Kane Moore, appreciate the love, support, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate you tuning in. Got about 8 minutes left, 7 minutes left, whatever. Taking you guys' questions, comments. Obviously, again, Reaction Monday. We're all talking about South Carolina, Florida, Will Muschamp. That's kind of the lead topic. Yeah, so Deion Sanders, please. I don't know about all that. Don't know about all that. Okay. Joe Anders, if they beat Auburn and Vandy and are 2-2, will you still criticize Will over losing the first 2 top 15 teams by a combined 18 points? Call for him to be fired when he pulls off the first win over Auburn 30. Joe, if he beats Auburn, then we can certainly have the combo, but there ain't a chance in hell we beat Auburn. I can tell you that right now. As much as I'd like to, and I said before the season it was a possibility, we will find a way to screw it up. Trust me, we will. So, and dude, I said before too, do you think Will Muschamp's the coach to get South Carolina to Atlanta? No? Then okay, we need to move on. There needs to be a change. Like if you're, again, like I said on social media, if you're still riding Will Muschamp's jock at this point, you're either on his payroll, you've got garnet glasses on, or are blindly loyal, or you're just missing brain cells. Like I don't really know what else to tell you. If you're not at least saying to yourself, as of this moment, he's not the guy. Maybe if he turns it around, he could change some minds. If we won 8 in a row, God forbid, okay then. But at this moment, we sit on here, October the 5th, 2020. He's an incompetent head football coach, man. I mean, I want him to win too. I hope he proves me wrong and wins 8 in a row. But he's an incompetent football coach. Bottom line, that's the way he's looked at. We're getting nationally mocked because of Will Muschamp. Nationally, not locally, not regionally, nationally mocked. Look at social media, look at the articles, look at everything. So we got a coach that don't know what time management is. So if you want to crown Tennessee as this fantastic football team and, you know, considering them a top 15 team, like, bro, I don't think Tennessee's all that great. I don't think they're some world beater. I think Georgia's going to stomp Tennessee. So, you know, Moral victories. It sounds like moral victories. Has Shiloh seen the field? Yes. Yes, Shiloh has seen the field. He has played. Drew Easterday, what about Joe Brady? Yeah, no, I'm a big fan. Big fan of Joe Brady. Big fan of Joe Brady for sure. Let's see. Lance Player, we were winning Saturday. Does that change? But that does not change things. We need to change. I mean, yeah, it's a given. I don't talk about it as much as I did last year because it's literally just common sense. But hey, Joe Anders, hope you're right. Hope you're right. I hope Muschamp turns out all of a sudden to be this fantastic coach and proves us all. But he is who he is, man. Muschamp is who he is. Is who he is. Year 9 of him being a head coach. He is who he is. You can either accept that or you can't, but he is who he is. Bottom line. So if you want to keep being blindly loyal to him, that's your prerogative. I don't really give a damn. We're all Gamecock fans, and I'm hoping you're correct, but I refuse to do so. Bottom line, just refuse it. Brian Welch, doesn't matter. We're losing the top 15 teams. The fact that matters is that we're losing. We're about to be a joke or at least on the verge of it. 5-15 last 20. And it's not just the fact, because listen, I picked South Carolina to lose, but it's the way South Carolina loses football games. The incompetency of this dude. And then to go in the post-game presser and justify it. Like in his mind, that's maybe even more baffling than it happening on the field. In Will Muschamp's mind, he thinks he made the right call driving 7 minutes, 18 plays, down 14 points. It's insane. It's truly insane. Yo, what's up, man?
What's up, Chris?
How's it going?
Oh, good. Hey, I'm just gonna say this. I don't know if I'd rather have Will Muschamp back next year or have Joe Biden as president.
Oh my God. I mean, I can only speak to the football side of things because I'll be honest, I'm not like a political guy, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's many people that would say that either on that side or the flip side or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's, I mean, obviously we all hope it turns around and all that as fans, but I mean, I just feel like Muschamp at this point has kind of shown you who he is. I mean, it's just, he's shown you who he is. And I mean, runs a fantastic program Sunday to Friday and, likable guy, and players graduate and they don't get in trouble, but on Saturdays, it just doesn't click. It just doesn't click. That's just kind of
and that everybody says he was a great recruit. And why don't we get the only recruits we get are these maybe 2 or 3 stars? Yeah, we got Jordan Burch, we got Pickens, but why don't we get these 5 stars out of South Carolina? While we always get these 2 or 3 stars in South Carolina, we might get 2 or 3 in North Carolina, and why don't we get some out of Tennessee and Georgia?
I'll say this. My bigger issue with the recruiting, I mean, I think you've gotten some good players, but they haven't been developed once they get on campus. And they're not – you're getting the 5 stars. They're not playing like 5 stars. They're almost playing like a star worse than what they really are. So, I mean, I know this year's class is obviously rough, but, hey, you know what helps recruiting is winning. I mean, you can be fantastic recruiter, but when you're not winning, it's going to make it that much harder. So, I appreciate the call, man. We're about to wrap up here, but, no, good stuff for sure, man. Call in anytime, no doubt.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, man. No, yeah, player development has just been a problem. Joe, if we beat Auburn, I will gladly eat crow, my friend. I will obviously not be going nowhere. I will be on the Daily Crow. I will eat crow on the Daily Crow, no doubt. But it ain't gonna happen. All right, 10 seconds here, guys. Appreciate you all tuning in. Appreciate the questions. Fantastic Monday. You guys check out the show. Also check out the Mike Davis interview on Patreon. Thanks so much for your support. Do it again tomorrow. Thanks so much.